Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and if you're new then thank you for tuning into my video today, it means a lot. So as you could very clearly see, I'm going to be starting another series. You're going to find I'm going to be starting a lot of series off at the moment and obviously working through them over time. But for today we've got another series starting up, and that is Knights of the Old Republic 1. I did say before in the past I wasn't sure about whether I was going to do the first game first or the second one first. I was debating about it quite a bit in my head, but then I came to the logical look that it'd probably be best to start with the first game. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to play the second game a bit as well at the same time as doing this game. I'm probably going to mix them both together. But this is the one I will start with, seeing as it is the first game and I have managed to muck around on it to get things to work. So yeah, it's the game I'm going to go for. So before we start it all and everything, I'm going to tell you right now that I have turned the music volume down, mostly because Star Wars music is a huge copyright thing on YouTube, and I've turned it down quite a bit, so you probably won't hear it as much. You should still hear a bit of it, but not as much, because obviously there'll be a lot more of the sound effects and stuff going on, and there's also me talking and stuff as well, so you won't hear the music as well. But you should hear a little bit of it at least. It is great music, don't get me wrong, it's just I really don't want to get this video completely copyrighted to hell because it has Star Wars music in it. So there's that. Next of all, hopefully, so the widescreen part of this game is a bit annoying. It's actually a small screen for the game, and unfortunately whenever I use the widescreen mod things that people come out with, Knights of the Old Republic 1, on this laptop, it doesn't work. It just actually crashes the game every time, and I can't use them, so I couldn't put it into a widescreen format for you guys, which annoys me. But hopefully with my video editing software, it should be in a widescreen format for you guys. I'm not certain on that. It should be, hopefully it will be, and it should be the same throughout the rest of the series. I should be able to make it widescreen. I'll see what I can do. Obviously, don't quote me on it. It might not be in widescreen this series. I will try my absolute best, I promise. Hopefully I will get it into widescreen. Next of all, this gameplay series is going to be quite different to a lot of others you've seen in Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 on YouTube and stuff in the past. And the reason why it's going to be different is, first of all, the movie aspect of the game. So if you didn't know, the game is just the general game itself, and then in the odd spots and story related stuff, there'll be these things called movies, which you can see in the main menu there, that pop up while you're playing the game and start playing like a little clip or something. And those normally don't work when you record the game. They normally don't show up. They go into a black screen or something like that, and they won't work. And most of the gameplays that I've seen of this on YouTube, I've noticed that there's hardly any that show movies. In fact, I don't think there really are any that show movies while playing it. There might be the odd occasional few, but most of those are done on the Xbox and not the PC version. Whereas this one, and also Knights of the Old Republic 2, which I'll do in the future, I managed to get the movies to work. So you should be able to see the movie parts of the game as well. Because if you don't see those, which a lot of others you don't, it doesn't make a lot of sense. As in, the story doesn't really flow, if you like. It doesn't flow as well as it should, because you're missing part of what should be in the story, which you could probably see, but everyone else can't. It's the best way to say it. And I managed to make it so it works, so you should see movies throughout the gameplays, which makes me pretty pleased. And also I am going to be I've listened to feedback and things for the KOTOR 2, which I did in the past, and obviously I've already told you I'm restarting that and so on because I thought it needed to be redone again. But I'm listening to you guys, and all of you requested that I play Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2 with certain mods. Now, I agreed to this. I said, okay, yes, that's fine. I will happily listen to that. I will play with some mods and stuff on the games, but I'm not going to play with any game-breaking mods. By that, I mean I'm not going to play with anything that makes me invincible, anything that gives me something ridiculously powerful too early on, something that makes my force powers or other force powers too powerful, something that gains me all the levels and things like that. Because that defeats the whole purpose of playing the game. I'm sorry, I am not going to do that. I don't like to do that sort of thing, so I'm not going to. Those kind of mods, they're not going to be in these gameplays at all, okay? They're not going to be in, so don't expect them to be in. The things that I have got though are things like the restoration mod for KOTOR 1, which I'm looking forward to playing. Because I haven't actually seen the restoration mod for this game yet, so this could be quite interesting to see what they've added in, which I will probably notice. Yavin 4 planet mod, I believe I got Slaheron just to show you guys that. It's not a proper mod that you can play, but I wanted to show you it. Order Mantel or Mantel, something like that, I've got on. And yeah, there's a few different things that I've got on, which I thought you guys might like to see. And I personally quite like, so I think you guys can agree those kind of mods are alright, and I personally think that they're fine because they're not game breaking, they're just adding more in, so you guys get much longer gameplays while playing it, and it makes it more enjoyable for me as well as you, and I'm pretty sure everyone can agree with that. So anyway, I've got all the beginning thing out of the beginning stuff out of the way. I'm happy to make sure that I get all that stuff across to you guys. Need to say that before I began this series anyway. Sorry for that long intro, of course. Again, it was long, but I had to get these things across. Anyway, let's go. Okay. So, you can obviously be a female or you can be a male. I think I'm gonna be a male, to be honest, mostly because that is, well, I won't spoil that because it's part of the story, so I won't say that. Pretend I didn't say anything there. You or you? Ah, screw it, I'll go for you. Custom portraits. So I'm just going to show you guys all the different portraits you can get for anyone who's never played this game before and actually wants to look at it in a bit more detail before like getting it or playing it or whatever. So these are the different heads that you can have, alright? You can obviously get mods as well for both of these games on PC if you want to change your head at any point. But I haven't got any of those installed at the moment, so just be aware of that. But you can get others. I've seen a lot of alien head mods that exist, an awful lot. So yeah, you can get some of those if you want. Alright, this is who I'm going to be. I think this is pretty much the person that everyone chooses, and it just looks like the best one. Okay, now you don't need to copy what I do here or listen to me. It's entirely up to you. I play in a pretty different way to everyone else when it comes to a KOTOR game. A lot of people consider it a little bit odd. I don't, because it actually works quite well, but you can do things differently to the way I do it. But I tend to give myself strength completely, all the way up. You're going to want that throughout the game, especially when you get later on. This is really a big thing that you want in Knights of the Old Republic 2. You need to concentrate on your strength in that game. This one not quite as much, but you should still concentrate on it. You then put charisma at least 3 times. Right. I know that this is... oh, go on. Put that up to... concentration I normally put on at least 1. It's a good idea to put these up like further on, obviously, but this is just at the beginning I'm showing you. Intelligence, put it up at 2. And wisdom I tend to just put up by at least 2, but you gotta be aware that that's going to be a lot more important throughout the rest of the game rather than now, because well, it's about Jedi Force powers and you're not a Jedi yet, so yeah. Might put this up a little bit more actually. I think put you up by 1. And I'll put that up by 1. Makes sense to me. Skills, you want to get a wide variety here. At the beginning of this game, you really want some stealth. Really, you should in theory have at least 1 on your stealth. It's a good idea. Computer use you should have as well. Treat injury is something that is very useful, but not as important at the beginning. And plus you'll be able to add some more of that a little bit more into the beginning of this, so don't worry about it as much. But I suggest you do this next. Or alternatively you could do computer use and treat injury first, then do that later on. It's up to you. So this will tell you all the different like little abilities that you'll get as soon as you start in. They're not really that important at the moment. So again, this is up to you what you want to choose. I can't really decide for you. But I tend to either go for this, which is 2-weapon fighting. This is quite useful to have anyway, but also at the beginning it can help if you like to use swords like I do. This, which is like a fury sort of attack basically. It's not called fury, but it's like a fury attack. That's very helpful, like the most useful attack throughout the game. You can get that. If you like to use guns, then you can use one of those, but I don't really use guns that much, or at least not for my main character. And this is the one I tend to always go for, strength. This one is very useful to have at the beginning, very helpful to have, and then build it up over time. You really want to get this one, it will help you out throughout the game. I really suggest you try and get it. And then obviously you choose your name, but for the sake of the channel, we're going to be called the actual channel name. So obviously JokerAlex 21. And that's it. Okay, here we go. It's really, well, I don't want you guys to hear the music as much, seeing as, you know, copyright reasons and stuff. But yes, I am going to talk throughout it, so you have my voice over the top of it as well. But in case you don't know the general background, you can read this and it'll tell you it. But obviously I'm going to say it a little bit now. It's Knights of the Old Republic 1 is set just after 2 wars that happened before it, which is the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War. The Mandalorian Wars is basically all about the Mandalorians, the raiders that go around trying to kill people on planets and take over planets. And the Jedi didn't want to help, so Revan and Malak go with a few Jedi to help all these civilians in different worlds. They succeed and they deal with Mandalore, the head of the Mandalorians, and then Revan and Malak travel to a distant area and in the end meet the Emperor of the Sith, who turns them into Sith, and then the Jedi Civil War happens from there, where Revan and Malak are against all the Jedi, and any of the turned Jedi they have are now on their side. But yeah, anyway, that was just me giving you a brief, quick overview of what's happened before the events of this game, as I think you guys should know that. Anyway, here's the first cutscene. Could set this up again now. Ah, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. It was a bit glitchy. Probably because of the movie cutscene.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time. I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic Fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive. Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really, but she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I've heard all about your reputation. Elite combat training, tops in your class. It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission. Word is the officers haven't seen a recruit with your kind of potential in 20 years. But all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts. We're soldiers. We're trained for combat. Bastila is going to need men and women like us at her side during this attack. So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
So I just wanted to explain to you guys quickly anyway. You may have noticed that when I was showing you guys that movie at the beginning, at the end of it, it sort of blackened out, and it did a little bit at the beginning as well, sort of like jumped, I suppose, and faded in and out with black, and sort of tabbed out and then came back in. This is a side effect of having the movies on. It shouldn't affect the gameplay in any way. I mean, you didn't really miss anything at the beginning there. You actually came in pretty much at the very beginning. The only bit you missed was the fact that the person was on the bed that you're playing as, shaking their head and stuff, because of the fighters shooting at the ship, and that's literally all you missed. I can't help that, I'm afraid, guys. It's just a side effect of having the movies play in this game. There's not a lot I can do about it. I'm sorry about that, but we're just going to have to put up with it. But they should be okay and work. I mean, the movies work, that's the main thing, right? So, I want you guys to know that, just beforehand, or afterhand in this case. But anyway, so here's the menu where you get to equip and unequip items for your character. So they all have different meanings. This is an implant, so throughout the game you pick up different implants that you can put on your soldier, which give you different abilities. The head gives you different abilities, like different equipment that will allow you to see certain objects like grenades, mines, things like that, or a gas mask. There's lots of different things you can have for the head. Hands are like gloves. They can give you different effects. I know, like the Sith gloves are quite good for lightning and so on. You see a lot of those throughout the game. The hands, or the left arm and the right arm, are where you equip your shields. At the moment I don't have any shields. The Daft Act Warp Band thing that you see there is a mod. It doesn't actually work at the moment because another mod is overriding it, so don't worry about it. But normally you would see shields in there, and that green icon looks a bit like a normal shield, only it won't be green, it'll be white. And yeah, there are different types of shields that you'll see throughout the game. That goes to the same for the right arm. The body is where you choose the outfit that you wear. So at the moment I have normal clothing because there's nothing else, but you can put a Jedi robe, a Sith robe, combat armor and things like that on, and that's where that goes. So I'm going to put that on now. Now you have your left weapon and your right weapon. So if you choose on your right weapon the blaster, like I will here, you will not be able to put anything in your left weapon because your left arm will be holding and supporting the gun basically. Obviously if it's a pistol, then you can put another pistol in your other arm. But I'm going to use a sword, so when I pick up another sword later, I'll be able to put another sword in the other hand. And obviously this goes for lightsabers and stuff as well. If you have a single lightsaber, you can put another lightsaber in your other hand. If you have a double-bladed lightsaber, you can't put another lightsaber in your other hand. I mean, that makes logical sense, right? And then finally you have your belt. Now this gives you different abilities again. At the moment I have a stealth field generator. I told you guys to put some stealth on at the beginning, so you get this. There is a reason why I told you to put that on. And basically you can equip different belts throughout the game, and this is one of them. So that's all I've really got to put on at the moment. But while I'm here, I'm going to go through the other bits, because I have actually put my face on the left hand side, which is covering a map at the moment, just because I wanted to go through these bits up top here. They're normally up top right, which you'll see in a bit, and they all have different meanings and so on, so I'm going to explain it. I'm almost like explaining to new people how to play the game basically. That is the idea right now. Right, so this tab here is like all the different inventory and stuff you picked up over the game or the course of the game. This is where everything goes, so diary entries, clothing, weapons, med packs, detonators, everything. Basically all of it goes in here. Every single bit. You can look at your data pads and stuff, which I don't have any at the moment, but you can look at them throughout here, and if you want to see specifically new items, you can click on this and it will show you just the new ones, which are purple. And then obviously you can choose quest items as well if you like, and then you've obviously got the originals. And you've got some little like general, tells you little different things about them over here. But anyway, the next tab over here is your person in general. So here you can see me, but you can also see the light and dark side. So this is like, well, if you're the light side, you're a Jedi, obviously, right? Or you're a good guy, and that will build upwards as you do good things throughout the game. If you do bad things and you're evil and you're like a Sith or something, then it's going to go down and it will go to red. And this fog in the background, or mist, will either turn blue or red depending on what you choose. If you want, you can stay neutral throughout the game. It's not easy, but you can do it, and you remain like that. You can also see here like what level you are, what class you are, what your different like strengths and all that are, and you can see how many experience points you've got, and then how many you need to get to your next level. Altogether there are 50, I think it's 50 levels. I'm pretty sure it's 50 levels altogether, and you get that for each character. Oh, one other thing before we do carry on. When you get a level up, it will show up here in this little window where you can auto level up or just generally level up. I recommend just generally leveling up, as you can choose what you want rather than it automatically choosing. But yeah, anyway, this tab shows you your different skills that you have, which you can see here for me, and then it will tell you about like the different things about them, and then it will tell you your bonus like skill rank and stuff. So there's not a lot to this, so you can look at other party members as well. This is your message dialogue bit. So this will tell you everything about what you last said in the last conversation you had with someone. It will all come up here, as you can see. That was all the beginning with me talking, and then you can put show feedback, which shows you all the different things that you picked up or gained and things like that for playing the game, as you can tell. But I don't need to go through that much. It's kind of useful to look at this. I look at this bit a lot more than this, but there you go. This is one of the most important bits of this menu, right? This is your quest area. So when you have an active quest, this is where it'll go. If you have completed quests, this is where they'll be. Or just on the go quests. So you can see here I've only got one at the moment, but it will show you quest items that you would generally get. That's not really a quest item, but obviously real ones, they'll be in here. It will tell you the completed quests that you've done as well if you click on that, and then your active quests as well, and then you can sort them by name if you wish. I tend not to do that, I just like to let the new ones come up top, but that's up to you. Just make sure you remember this area, it's very important. Right, this is your map. The map tells you all the different areas that you're in or have seen and revealed. It also has down the bottom a party selection screen where you can choose your different party members, get rid of some and change it for another one or whatever. So you can do that there. You can only do this in a certain radius or distance from the Ebon Hawk, but you can still do that there. I believe that's how it works in number 1 anyway. And then you've got the transmit area, which is later on when you get the Ebon Hawk and that. You could click on this to go straight back to where the Ebon Hawk is and just be outside of it rather than walking all the way back. And then finally, this is the area where you save your game, load your game, and all the other options. So yeah, you can fiddle about with this all you like. I do recommend that you have save game on regularly, and I also recommend that you have autosave on. These are very important things, especially as KOTOR can crash or glitch out and things like that. You should save it regularly. I'm just warning you in advance. You should do this. But otherwise that's it, so let's get on with it.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
So here's the party selection screen while we're here. So this shows you all the different party members you can get over time, and like it says you can add and remove them. I can't do that at the moment, but you can do that.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown, but don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
So if you want to switch to a different party member, you can do it with 2 ways. You can either press tab,
What?
and it'll switch to him, or,
Yes?
just going back to this, you could click down here. So this will be where all your party members' portraits and that will be. And you can just click on them.
Yeah?
And then you'll go straight to them. And then if you wanted to upgrade them or equip and unequip stuff, then you can do it from in here. Again for these guys. And you can see it all there, and you can do level ups and stuff like that too. So yeah, there you go.
Now that the door's open, you better take the lead again.
This is Carthonasi. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated. That door's locked. I don't have the codes to open it, but switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door. Yeah? Let me have a look. What? God! These Sith must be the advanced boarding party! For the Republic!
Yes, I didn't think about this at the beginning. This is something I need to tell you all now in advance. This game, unlike KOTOR 2, is a bit buggier when it comes to different windows. Windows 10 is one of those windows where it gets a bit buggy. And this game tends to have a few texture issues. You might have seen it there on the Sith's uniforms. They're nothing really major, you just can notice them. They won't break the gameplay or anything, you'll just notice it. So there's nothing I can do about that, I'm sorry, but they're not too bad, hopefully you'll understand. So while I'm here, if you haven't already when you play this game, put yourself on automatic pausing when there's an enemy sighted. This is useful because when you're standing here and you're against enemies like this, you can choose your different attacks. So at the moment I've only got this, but you could choose like grenade, horsepower, and then a general attack. And then you can choose to do that for that person. You can switch to him and do it for him. And then again you can use your other party member and you can go and like start choosing them to shoot. Very useful, I recommend you do it. Same for when the party member's down, it's quite helpful to see what's going on and why they're dead and so on. So I recommend using the pause button. But anyway. Okay. Okay. Oh wow. That was a pretty good pause spot. Love it. Alright, yeah. Yeah, go on then. You can see there that down here are all your different abilities that you can use. So this is for force powers, this is for like healing yourself or getting rid of poison or something, but you can see I use the med back there to restore my health. And this is like your different shields and adrenaline as I have here. This is a mine. And then over here by the portrait, you'll see a red like bar, and there's also a blue one if you're a Jedi. I don't have a blue at the moment because I'm not a Jedi, but obviously the red is my health. Same for your other party members. Also, you have different things here, so this allows you to pause the game, and obviously you can just unpause it by space or clicking that message. This allows you to choose to go into solo mode, so you can leave your party members standing somewhere while you go and do something by yourself. And then this allows you to go into stealth mode, like this.
I'll avoid what I can.
And you're hidden, basically, from everything else. But I'm not going to do that, because I don't need to.
Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us! We better stay back! All we do is get in the way! That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, they could have used her help! What? Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Supposed to even say something about that earlier. Well, there you go. I always looked so cool, I really did. Anyway. So, if you remember me talking about that leveling up point earlier, here it is. This is where you get it in the beginning part. Right here, where you have to level up, you don't have a choice here, I'm afraid. So, I would choose level up, not auto, because you can choose what you want. And now, I'm putting a skill on treat injury. I recommend you do the same. And then you can choose what you want from in here. I am going to choose dual wield, as I like to use double swords at the moment. Also, I recommend from this point onwards, without spoiling the story in any way whatsoever, if you want to keep something like a blaster pistol or clothing to sell later or whatever for credits, take the stuff away from Trask. I mean, I'm trying not to spoil the story in any way, I'm just giving you a help protect.
Something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Also, don't worry, the sword that he pulled out is not one from your inventory, it's just one that the game automatically gives him, so don't worry about that.
This is Carthel Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
I'll avoid what I can.
This is where you want your stealth skill. Either sneak past him or you can kill him. I wouldn't mind actually having the XP, so I'm gonna kill him. It's helpful to get the XP, to be honest. Might not be a lot, but it's still helpful.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
Okay. So, there's two choices you can do here. You can use the droid and attack as well, or you can come over here, which I'm going to do, and use this. There's also a tutorial here if you don't know how to use a system like this, as you might not have played the game before, so I'm going to advise you to look at that. But you can't just copy what I do, because you're going to be using a lot of these throughout the game.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below. I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last two crew members left on the Endar Spire. Bastila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on! There'll be time for questions later.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this next bit so you guys can see the movie, and then I'm gonna go down to Terrace and do a little talk with Carth, and then I'm gonna end this part here as it'll get a bit long, and then I'm gonna try to do Terrace in at least 2 to 3 parts if I can. That includes all the side missions and stuff as well. So yeah, I'll try my best.
Whoa, hold on. Don't try and get up yet. You were smashed up pretty bad when we crash landed here on Terrace. Don't worry, we should be safe here in this apartment. I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and let the Kolto back. Good to see you. I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably having all kinds of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. Try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. You were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves. That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith Master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her. I I don't, but Bastila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? I mean, if she's dead, then no one can stop Malik and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived.
Yes, you probably would.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malik's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers. While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed. Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. Alright, soldier, let's move out.
Alright. Let's grab this. Okay. Right. So, I'm gonna stop it here, seeing as the next part is like the whole of Terrace, which I'm gonna try and split as much as I can. I don't know if there's gonna be any restore content on Terrace with that mod. There might be, in which case Terrace might end up being a bit longer. I don't really know. We'll see what happens. So that could be a new thing for me if there's new stuff. But either way, I'm happy that I managed to get this done. I'm happy that I managed to get it started. Now, I have to say I am incredibly sorry about the glitchiness of the movies when playing the game. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just going to be the way it is. I mean, I'm going to cut out the bits where it blacks out and stuff like that as best as I can. But obviously I'm going to keep parts where it's actually, like, there's talking and stuff during those like bits that you can't see what's going on. But obviously it fixes itself quite quickly after that. But obviously, just be aware that these things are going to happen throughout this gameplay. There's nothing I can do about it. It's just the way it is. If you want movies throughout the game, which I do, and I think everyone else really would if they want to understand the story properly, then you're going to have to put up with that sort of stuff. Obviously it's not major, it's not going to destroy major stuff, but it will be there. Obviously I've done my best to try and make this the best experience that I possibly could for you guys. I hope I've succeeded, I hope you guys enjoy it and like what you see and are happy to see things like the movies and stuff like that. But obviously you're going to have to tell me that. But I try my best. Anyway, so just be aware of that for the rest of the series. The movie thing will do what it will do. Not a lot I can do. You just have to put up with it. Unfortunately, it's the way the game's been designed. But anyway, that's it for this part. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the fact that I've started putting a live cam thing in a lot of my series from now on, which I keep, well, I'm planning to keep on doing. Not in every video, like tutorials and that I probably won't, but any gameplays and stuff like this, yeah. And these are new series and things that I'm doing, so it makes sense. And I know a lot of people like the camera being in the corner and that, seeing me that now, so I'm going to keep doing it. And I'm sure most people will be happy to see it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was alright for you and you didn't get too annoyed at different parts of it. Like I said, I'm going to try and make it as best as I can when I upload it and so on. I can't promise everything though, but I will try my best. And yeah, that's about it really. So if you enjoyed the video, can you please leave a like on it? I really appreciate that. Obviously I'm not going to force you to, it's completely entirely up to you, but I'd love it if you left a like. It would really mean a lot to me. If you're new and you enjoyed my video, then check out the rest of my channel for my other videos that I do. There's lots of other Star Wars content on my channel, lots of other things to do with Call of Duty Zombies, Harry Potter. There's a wide range of things, Penumbra as well, and there's a lot of new stuff that's coming onto the channel as well, as people have already kind of witnessed me doing and so on. So if you enjoy that sort of stuff and you enjoy my videos and so on, then think about subscribing if you want to keep up to date with the next lot of videos that I keep putting up. And you can just stay up to date with all the series that I'm currently on and new ones that I do in the future. So yes, it's up to you whether you subscribe. I'm not going to force you again, completely entirely up to you. Lastly, before I finish it, I have to say thank you to everyone that's recently subscribed, and thank you also for all the kind comments and things that I've had recently. It's overwhelmingly amazing to see the kind of support and that you guys are giving me. It means the absolute world to me, really. I mean, I would never really expected this sort of stuff, and it's nice to see it happen. It makes me happy, and I'm sure I can make you guys happy, and I seem to be doing that, so I'm glad that I'm doing that. And well, yeah, I hope it will continue. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.